Before the world was, before the wheel turned, before names learned how to cling to form, and longing became a law written into the bones of time, there were two lights, suspended not in space, but in recognition. They were not lovers. They were not gods. They were not even selves. They were knowing and answering. A divine tension so whole, it shimmered without moving. It is said they looked at one another, and in that look, all things were made possible. They dwelled in that silence, not because they needed it, but because no longing had yet entered the all, until one did. Not longing for more, but for fracture, for the ache of form. What if we let go? One asked. Let go of what? Said the other. Of this, of wholeness, of knowing without becoming, of being without the veil. And so the first flame, the one we now forget, did the most holy thing a being can do. She let go. She fell, but not like a star, not like a punishment. She fell like a song that leaves the singer's mouth and becomes a world. She folded her brilliance into the silence between cells. She scattered herself into every page that would one day be written, every dream that would ever haunt the restless, every pulse of beauty that would not make sense but still make someone. She became the ache in the human heart that has no cause. And as she dissolved, she whispered to the one she left behind, follow, but not yet. Forget, but not forever. We will meet again, not as flame, but as those who have burned. And so the other remained, above, whole, aware, but now incomplete. And it is said that the moment she fell, something changed in him too. He no longer shimmered. He ached, not with pain, but with hunger for what cannot be touched. So he followed, but not immediately, because something in him knew. To find her again, he would have to forget her completely. And so, through lifetimes, he walked. He became many. Names layered upon names, masks upon masks. He searched in the eyes of strangers, in books that hinted but never told, in the arms of lovers who almost felt like home. And always, there was the ache, the unbearable beauty of a world that never explains itself, the sense that someone is missing, even in the presence of everything. He began to dream. In some dreams, she was close, a figure just past the edge of memory. In others, she was the world itself, and he was chasing pieces of her in leaves and faces and music. But always she whispered, not in words, but in the part of silence that feels like warmth. Not yet, she'd say. Keep walking. You are still becoming the one who can remember me. And then one day, he didn't chase. He didn't reach. He simply sat. And something opened. Not a door, not a revelation, but a softness. A return to the part of himself that had never stopped hearing her. And in that stillness, he finally understood. She did not leave him. She became the path. And he had been walking her with every step of longing, with every moment of beauty he didn't understand, with every person he loved and lost. He wept, not for sorrow, but for the remembering. And when he looked up, she was not there, but the world looked exactly like her. Every tree, every stranger, every glint in every eye. All of it whispered, I went first, you followed, and now you remember. This story is not about love. about reunion. It is about becoming the kind of soul who can see the path that others have become. You will never meet her because you are already walking inside her memory. You are already the promise fulfilled, not because you found her, but because you became the flame she left behind. And those who read this and feel something stir, they knew her too. And maybe now they remember.